Hey guys, what's going on? It's Rogue Sergeant here, bringing you another video. I haven't really been able to upload in a little past a little while, anyways. Just because I've been busy with some stuff and all the fancy snazzy stuff. I will be bringing more sin and whatnot for you guys soon. I just wanted to showcase this excellent game, SMITE, which I got an awesome beta key from TehAkonion. I'll link him on the description below. Great YouTube user. Doesn't have enough subscribers in my opinion. He's got a great channel, especially for Tribes Ascend stuff. I like watching it just because I like playing Tribes Ascend as well. And again, this is a big shout out to him, and thanks for the beta key. I kind of won in a contest within his video, so it was a pretty alright, legitimate win there for the beta key. Didn't have to trade my life away, or what some people on Dota 2 consider trading 4 or 5 keys for on SMITE, which is I think almost like what, 2 keys is worth $5. So if you think about that, and theoretically it's like almost $12 pretty much for a SMITE key going on that. But yeah, so pretty much it's just gameplay footage of the actual game itself. This is my first game to it. I did all right. I did 5-2 with a couple assists. It wasn't too bad. I was just kind of trying to learn how to use this hero. I kept using the one entangled roots type of spell that will keep the hero there stuck, or the god in this case. But it's a pretty interesting game. It's enjoyable. It's something different. It's a different perspective. I like it. It's different from League of Legends. It's different from Dota. And a lot of people out there say it's going to be a Dota killer or a League of Legends killer. I don't think so. Every one of them is a well-established, franchise within itself, and has like a ton of people who spent countless amounts of dollars on it. And I don't see them like jumping off the boat pretty much just to play this game, because a lot of people are saying that HON and all this other stuff, it's all into that the MOBA online series stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I've had this discussion with a couple other people actually, and like I said, I'm glad to be able to play it, because I like to get in these betas and kind of figure out what's up. And I did get into the Counter-Strike Global Offensive beta, the Dota 2 beta, now the SMITE 2 beta. So I've pretty much set for the summer, I guess. I don't really need to buy any more games unless one of them, they decide to close the beta again and just release the product. Then I won't be buying any new games this summer at all, just because I'm pretty much set within with content reasons anyways. With all those games. Anyways, so in this game I have auto level on, just because I didn't want to have to keep going back to it. As you can see here in this lane that I'm in, the map's a bit different from Dota, but basically the same. You got left, middle, and right. So I mean, like there's 2 towers on each side for each team, and I guess you can count the third one, which is the last one before you fight the Minotaur in this one, which is I guess the replacement for your Nexus. Will it be in League of Legends, or your Ancient in Dota, if you want to look at it that way. This hero, her name's Artemis. She's pretty good. There's no complaints. The only thing I don't really understand though is if you're shooting a bow and arrow, shouldn't your arrows go a little bit further than like 10 feet? But I don't know. I still did quite a bit of damage. I think I ganked somebody. I could be wrong. You're gonna have to watch the game, and on TehAkonion's videos he has it so it's sped up times 2.5. I didn't speed this up whatsoever, so you gotta see the slow, painstaking process of leveling up, purchasing items, the whole 9 yards, which is I think is a bit more for the people who are into that type of thing. If you have ADD, or ADD, sorry, like some people do have, then it might be a bit challenging to sit through and watch this boring gameplay. Oh my god. Yeah, I have to say though, the game's not for everybody. I know a bunch of people who've played it, and it's just not for them. And I don't mean this game in particular, but I mean just MOBA in general. It's just it depends on who you are, I guess, as a person, and not every game's for everybody, and you can't really criticize other people for that. Me there, escaping for my life, getting away from that tank, and of course, as you saw earlier too, is that the loading screen is almost the exact same thing as League of Legends in terms of loading. I think they could spruce it up a bit. It looks kind of plain, but that's just on the game design standpoint. I'm sure they'll find something to throw in there. And this is made by the developers who actually made Tribes Ascend, so this would be Hi-Res Studios. Really great game studio in my opinion. However, though, I don't like buying stuff online, so you'll never see me really, you know what I mean, like getting additional gems or something like that to unlock different gods in this game. I made that mistake. I spent over like what, $90 roughly on League of Legends on skins and whatnot. So I don't really want to be spending that kind of money again. Not only that, but it's you get to see on League of Legends is that, or when you find out you can get skins for free and you don't need to buy the ones online, then you really shoot yourself in the foot for that one. But that doesn't matter. Again, this is an alright game. I have 2 more beta keys. I'm probably either going to do a giveaway similar to what TehAkonion did, or I'm going to just give them to my friends. I haven't made a decision yet, but this game is really fun to play. It wasn't bad at all. This is, like I said, my first game. It was easy to pick up. There was no real issues. I'm assuming that the other people on my team knew how to play too, because there was a Zeus on my team, so I'm assuming he bought that or he earned it or some sort of thing. On Fraps, I don't have my mouse visible, so that's why you're not able to see the mouse and me buying stuff. But I went mostly for agility-based items and spell or ability items in this game, just because the type of character she's ranged. Obviously, you're not going to be just throwing arrows at somebody. You're going to use like all the specials and abilities you can to fucking, to put it into somebody so you can kill them. Her ultimate's pretty cool. It launches this boar, and it's like a circular vicinity, or a radius anyways, and it just goes around and roams around that area and like bites people's faces off. I actually kill a hero that way, just out of pure circumstance, and I kept, like I said, I kept throwing down the entangled roots type ability, which was kind of getting on my nerves, but it didn't really bug me too much because I was just more or less focused on surviving. I ganked this one guy while he was actually jungling in this, and you'll see it. I thought it was pretty funny. It was their character was Ra, so they were playing the Egyptian god, and I just saw him attacking the creep, and I just went behind him and just started pegging him with arrows as much as I could, and kind of got rid of him. Got the kill. I'm not sure, and I did do a couple kill steals in here too, and I didn't exactly mean it to do it that way, but it's just what it turned into at the end. And but yeah, that's pretty much about it. And I mean, so far within the realms of my channel, I'm not sure because I just upgraded my computer, so I'm able to actually bring you, good frame rate quality. I don't know exactly how to explain this. Like, I can actually bring some solid gameplay like this, lag free now, with without turning all the settings down to low or something like that, which I've had to do in the past because I upgraded to an external video card instead of the one that was on board. It was a good investment, but at the same time, it's just I'm just happy that I'm able to bring more content to you guys, because I'm getting rid of my PS3. I personally, I don't know. I'll have to think about it for a bit, but I want to get rid of the PS3 because I don't really play it. Yeah, I can't really stress that enough. Another thing is too, if you guys are planning on replacing video cards or doing anything of that snazzy stuff, make sure you check your power supply, because I went out and bought a new power supply. I already had the video card on another computer that's pretty much done. The motherboard's fried on it. So what I did in this case was I just brought the video card over, which was it's not the greatest, but it's the GeForce 8800. No, sorry, 8600. My bad, 8600 GT. It's not the greatest video card. I know this. I bought this like 2.5 years ago, more than that, and it only cost me $150. So there was no complaint there. And I had it laying around, and I wanted to use it, but my power supply on my current computer couldn't handle it. So I was kind of a little bit upset about it, so all I had to do was buy a new power supply, which wasn't that expensive either. So I was kind of happy about it because it is the cheapest part of the computer to replace. But just do keep in mind that when you do get a new power supply and it says that you can run it at 115 volts and then of course 230 volts, turn it off 230 volts if you don't know if your motherboard can handle it. I had it on 230 and I was running the computer fine. And every time I would launch the game, it would just go into a hard reboot, and I couldn't really understand what was wrong. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, oh God, what did I screw up this time, right? So after me pulling it apart, and I was literally about to transfer my current computer over to another case to test it on the old motherboard, and luckily for me, I just common sense clicked in and be like, why is it on 230 volts? Let's knock this down to 115, and boom, it worked magic. Wow. So the thing I hate about computers, though, I must stress though, is that when you're upgrading components and changing components within the computer, you'll never really know what the issue is unless you run literally a trial and error. You're gonna have to go back, swap parts, do this, and that, and it is a pain in the ass. Update your BIOS. You know, you got to do a lot of things. It's really not the easiest thing to do, and it's kind of is annoying. But you know what? At the same time, I think I just stole the guy's kill there. Yeah, I did. Anyways, but like I said, at the same time, there is a bit of a rewarding, rewarding part of it, like this right there, right here. I'm able to, provide more content in terms of, actually recording SMITE. And it's a game, like if I had my other video card in here, I wouldn't be able to record this at all. I would have been stuck playing this on the lowest graphics settings and everything else like that, and it would just be horrible. Or at least it would be for me. I'm not sure about some people, because I know a lot of people like to enjoy games on low settings, like StarCraft and all other stuff. Like if you look at Husky stuff, he plays it on high or whatever. Well, he does the commentary for the actual broadcast of the Korean players and all other stuff, which is all right. But I guarantee you, when he plays by himself, he probably doesn't play like that, because if you play at a high level graphics and stuff like that, your frame rate you're risking putting your frame rate like bogging down and stuff like that. And I know at the internet cafe a long time ago in Montreal, there when I was there with my friends, we were playing StarCraft on their computers there, StarCraft 2, and they were on the lowest settings already, even though the computer could handle more than that. So I guess it all depends on the player's preference, but low is probably the best in terms of playing competitive gameplay. I don't see what other reason not to be playing it on low, especially if you're playing in a competitive scene. And it's just one of those things that it's like personal preference. Because I remember back in the days when Call of Duty 2 first came out for the computer, there was a lot of people that were on there, and they would say, "Oh, my game looks so awesome," blah blah blah. And then whenever they got into heated gunfights and stuff like that, they're always complaining about their computer lagging. So that being said, a lot of people, they basically came out with this competitive configuration for your computer, and it basically made the game look like a PlayStation 1 game. And I always said to my friend, I'm like, how the frig do you play this game, man? It looks horrible. But that was me being young and stupid, where I didn't realize that this guy's spamming the friggin' map. Anyways, pinging anyways. But anyways, like I said, I never really understood at that point in time that, gameplay and stuff like that wasn't exactly the best thing to go for in terms of like, let's put it this way. What I'm basically trying to say is that graphically, it doesn't matter if the game's good or not. Sure, it does on the big scales of things, where you can actually see stuff. You're like, oh man, this is amazing graphics and all this other stuff. But when it comes down to it, it's all about gameplay, and that's what a lot of people. And this is where what I was talking about. I just gank raw completely. Boom, boom, dead. I was actually expecting them to get my ass kicked. That's why I kind of stepped out, like kind of walked away, like I was getting ready to turn around and book it, because I didn't want to get killed. But I killed him. I don't really know how, but I'm guessing it had something to do with my items. And again, I don't really know what items I'm really buying. I just went with my gut feeling of what I played from other MOBA games, and I brought the knowledge into this, and I was like, okay, well, this item seems good, and then I bought it and just went from there. I didn't do any research of guides or anything. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of people out there that think graphics is everything. I'm looking more towards the actual console community, because the console community, no offense to the 12-year-old kids out there, but a lot of kids, like they all they care about is graphics. They don't care if the game's good or not. They want good graphics. And I still can't understand why graphics is number one on people's list, because I mean, like, if you look at indie games today, like a lot of indie games, a lot of them don't have the graphics, therefore those kids aren't interested in them. So you got a lot of the mature people going to go play the indie games which those kids aren't on, right? But that's just the way it is. And it's the same thing with open source stuff as well. I mean, it's just the way it works. And I mean, oh well, I can't do much about it. Now, talking about Counter-Strike Go, or Global Offensive, it's a great game. There's no complaints about it on my side. The matchmaking system's great. You can jump into a quick 5-on-5, 10-man game. It's not bad. My only complaint about it, though, is that they've changed a lot of the weapons. They removed the MP5, which was the most accurate SMG pretty much in Source and in 1.6. They got rid of it. They replaced it with the MP7. There's a couple other things they removed. It just takes a while to get used to. I'm not saying it's a bad game whatsoever. I like the game. The arms race is cool. It's like a team mode of gun game. It's not bad at all. And of course, I just got this game, so I have a feeling I'm going to be playing a lot of this for the next little bit anyways. So probably no Dota 2 for me for the next little while. But this is a great game. Another big respect and TehAkonion for giving it to me. Really appreciate it, dude. It's a great game, and if you can send me your names on here if you guys do play. I'd love to play with other people. Just you know, just whatever. It's a great game to play. Why not? It's a good party game to play with a bunch of friends, and you know what? It's just great overall. And I mean, the characters I don't really know it 100% about because, like, for instance, the Chinese gods, I'm guessing, like Wukong and stuff. I had no idea it was an actual god and stuff like that. So it kind of educates you and gives you lore between, like, you know, the Nordic. I can't even pronounce his name, and I don't want to butcher it because I know he's the Nordic. The Nordic mythology is complete badassery, so you can't mess around with that stuff. Like I'm just waiting for them to drop Thor in here, and then it's just a good game, right? End of story. I don't care what it is. As soon as they put Thor in there, not sure if they're gonna have any problems with Marvel, but I don't think they should be. Because I mean, think about it. It's a Nordic mythology. Can't really go wrong. But anyways, like I said, great game overall. You guys have to check it out if you have a chance and you really like this type game. Definitely check it out. It's this SMITE game. I have to tell you right now, it's amazing. It's fun to play. Like, there's no other MOBA game that really puts you in this perspective in terms of like League of Legends and stuff like that. It's exactly what it is, and it's just awesome PvP action. It kind of reminds me of World of Warcraft in a way. I know some people might want to kill me for saying that, but it's a fun game. You can't get away from it. And right there, Wukong just used, I think it's called, what is it? Oh, man, I can't remember. It's the Year of the Monkey celebration or something like that. And it just makes your character dance around and do nothing for, I guess, whatever time until the aura runs out. And right there's our jungler, in case you haven't realized through watching the video. And I was checking the stats there. My who killed me, or that's basically all that is. It was the death recap, so to say. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. We're approaching the end of the game. The other team does surrender. But it's a really fun game to play, and you guys definitely need to check this out if you can. Again, big respects goes out to TehAkonion for giving me this opportunity to be in the beta. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys are interested and you guys want in the beta, got a couple keys available, send me a PM, and we'll hit up some SMITE. How about that? Anyways, guys, I'm pretty much heading out because, you know, there's only about less than a minute left of this game. But like I said, have a good 4th of July. I know it's Independence Day there in the States. Sorry I had to think about that. Don't know why I'm Canadian. Forgive me. So enjoy, guys. I know you Americans are having a great day off. Probably having some beers, eating some hot dogs. Nothing wrong with that. I did it on Canada Day. So anyways, enjoy, guys. And that's pretty much it for this commentary. And also leave a comment and tell me if you guys would like more of this stuff, because I have no problem dropping it down or actually doing live play commentaries, because those are always fun. So yeah, just feel free to leave a comment, rate, subscribe, do whatever to do. That is it for today. I know I haven't made a video in a while, like I said. I was trying to snipe that tower. It didn't really work out. Anyways, guys, have a good one. Rogue Sergeant out. Salute.